national champions, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Michigan Wolverines. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Longhorns will put total leather and we'll get started. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that time. Getting hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field, and getting him down on the ground.
The Wolverines really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. It's complete to the right. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Finding open areas. Turning it on. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Quarterback making checks. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. The 1st down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Buys a little extra time. What an abject disaster by this guy, running around, never threw it away, and finally forced out of bounds. Big loss forced by the D. The Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And that's the problem with blitzing on defense. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. defense dialed up the pressure, but the offense had a better play call. They ran it away from the blitz, and that's why they were able to be successful.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down.
And a quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. They saw it there on the incompletion.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
I'll tell you, when I hear Texas football, I think about Bevo and I think about great running backs, man. Earl Campbell, Ricky Williams, Jamal Charles, Bijan Robinson. This dude seems like he's the next guy in that long list of game breakers at the position. He's got everything you look for in a great running back.
They'll ride the hot hand. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Looking to throw on 1st down. Complete to the left. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense will have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Zone here on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Touchdown, Longhorn! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking downfield on first down. Trying to set up the screen. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Leaves it with the running back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Trying play action. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Trying to take it back. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Texas!
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
I'll tell you what, when those little guys make those physical plays like that, it kind of jacks everybody up in the huddle, because it's usually the guy breaking ankles, but he's like breaking tackles. Now he's giving you some serious energy.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. There he goes! They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
No matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physical.
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He'll try to take it back. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Longhorn! No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead at week 6.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Looking to fire. Got a man. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Right on the money. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you...
Breaks into the open. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by the running back. I like he understood that it was 4th and 1. I got to get that first down. And how about the blocking up front, creating a hole, creating some space. Not only did he get the first down, makes the big play.
There he goes. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wolverine. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into him.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
Here he comes from inside his own 5, and the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Texas offense. With the last drive in for a touchdown, they'll try to do it again on this one. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. On the move at the 30. Wide open spaces. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Texas! Excellent pass by the back on the option. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. From the gun, running back on the move. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. He's now up to 104 yards on the ground so far, and he is closing in on that 1,200-yard mark for the season. He'll ride his man on the option. Quick toss. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long, so they'll...
Turning it on! Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You can tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Got his man quickly. And he's brought down after a nice game. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield here.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
So now it's 2nd and long. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He'll be brought down at the 12-yard line. Not enough for the first down, and let's see if they try to convert on 4th. Trying to keep the drive alive. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even... Beck's going for the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan!
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll move the wide receiver. Leaves it with the back. Shakes off the defender. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, another good run. I feel like we could put that on loop, Jesse. Just another good run. Another good run. Another good run. Over 150 yards on the day. He's been the complete package, showing off all his skills today.
That's caught. It's McCutcheon. At midfield, he's got room. He's loose. Inside the 10. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now first and goal.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The Longhorns have it with a first and goal. Going for 6. Touchdown, Longhorn! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. Found his open target. Accurate throw. And 2 plays through the air. And they've got 6 points on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
And that's why these quarterbacks are just so hard to defend. It's a pass play. He drops back, first down. Got to play the whole field up, scrambles around, runs for a first down. New set of downs, new set of problems.
Flushed out of the pocket. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
A really good job by this defense staying positive. They gave up a bunch of yards, got down towards the shadow of their own goal line. 2 straight passes, 2 incompletions, trying to just get off the field here with only giving up 3 points.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Offense just not able to get it clicking down here in the red zone. That's 3 straight incompletions, trying to fit the football into tight windows, but the timing not there, and now it sets up 4th down.
I see a look of disappointment from this kicker, but that offense is happy. They'll stay out there and go for it. 4th and goal from the 4. Touchdown, Texas! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Butler. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They drag him down behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that hasn't happened very often. He has had a tremendous night.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great...
Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Got some room to run.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Got his man on the outside. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Wolverine. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Looking down the middle. It's complete. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you.
He's got it inside the 30. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. On the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on that time.
He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. And the Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Got it behind the line. It's Hansen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Trying to barge in. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Butler. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quarterback on the keeper. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down. They have a ton of designed runs in the playbook for him, much like when Vince Young took over full-time at quarterback, threw for over 1,500 and rushed for another 1,000. Dual-threat guys can move the ball.
Yeah, and when you got a quarterback like that, you should have a ton of runs in there. I mean, if I'm Texas, I got a guy that's got wheels like that can burn. I would be dumb not to have this as a big part of my playbook.
Runs through a tackle.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And they're not on the same page there.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The inside handoff. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And it's incomplete. The long pass down up. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
He'll toss it right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And the offense on that option play, they're just thinking we're going to use our speed to our advantage, and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this first down on 3rd and short. But how about the defense? Everybody's staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside and get a stop, now setting up 4th down.
He wants to change this route. On 4th down, going to the air. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. He'll do it himself. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles, and got him on the ground.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Find some fresh air. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
Nothing but green grass down the middle. The 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns! They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
So here comes the Michigan offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, we should have ran a better route.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Got a man. It's Jackson. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, hats off to this defense and their ability to shut this guy down. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football. That was only his 2nd catch of the game.
There he goes. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Gets it to him on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle with Hansen. He works his way inside the 30. They'll mark him down at the 29. It brings up 4th down, and let's see what they do. This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. On the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Wolverine. The defense putting points on the board.
And defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense and make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the bill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but better job by the hands team falling on the football.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Got room to work. Makes it past the marker. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football. And we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Well, just nowhere to go there. It started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself. We give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
You can clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the...
Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
You're bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
Backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this game's starting to tick away for this offense, and they're getting in desperation mode. They've got to be able to find a way to make plays in the pocket. It's not going to be the scrambles out wide. You need passing plays deep down the field. They've got to find some way to attack this secondary.
He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at 13.
Yeah, I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. They're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with that.
The Wolverines are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical.
Makes the grab, ready for the 1st down. Open field on the right. And they finally made the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking for the goal line. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. Quarterback may change this route. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. Max looking for the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. We need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Sending the offense back onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop.
Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! And the pummeling has started. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Here he comes with the return. And the returner goes down. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll run the RPO at Fortwright. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down. try to impose their will. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Might be changing the route. They'll give it to the back. Crosses the 35. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Jackson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the 4th quarter. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offense.
Dial it up and let it run. And that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything